Namaste and good afternoon to all my dear students, respected guardians and viewers. The education program run by the Pepson Rupandehi, and I am your social teacher. I would like to welcome you in this class, and I hope all you are waiting the class with your reading and writing materials. And we started a decade of democratic politics. Yes, yesterday we discussed about especially the coalition government, after that Matrika Prasad Koirala government, and after that King Tirubhuvan direct rule. Today we forward the class from sole government of Nepal Praja Party. I can see here sole government of Nepal Praja Party. Students, when the Matrika Prasad Koirala government was dissolved, I had explained about the reasons. There was the conflict about the own post and own leaders. Especially there was the conflict between two brothers. That two brothers were BP Koirala and Matrika Prasad Koirala. Finally, that conflict result, what the result of the conflict, that Nepali Congress split. Okay. After that Matrika Prasad Koirala lead the another political party, that is called Nepal Praja Party. When the constitution was promulgated in 2007, in that constitutions there was no certainty about the rules, because making the government by the king and dissolving the government by the king, and day by day kings, especially Tirubhuvan, was taking power, because in a constitutions that not written clearly. And being a new practices, new social, new political practices, leader also unable to make the able decision or to run the government smoothly, they are unable to do that things. All we know that only 2, 3, 4 responsibilities were given to the government, but the government are unable to fulfill that responsibilities. So that time and again the government is being changed. You can see after that sole government of Nepal Praja Party, and King Tirubhuvan also making the king of that persons who can respect more king, who are more loyal to the king. And in the same way again Matrika Prasad Koirala, the leader of Nepal Praja Party, became the prime ministers. It is called the sole government of Nepal Praja Party, and in that government total 5 members were there, 4 from the Nepal Praja Party and 1 from the independent. Okay, total 5 members. And 2nd Ashad 2010 that government was formed. But when Tirubhuvan make that Matrika Prasad Koirala as a prime ministers, he had opened the ways to make that government as a coalition government. So he has that government have very less members. So that after that multi-party coalition government on Falgun 10 in a same year, that multi-party coalition government was formed, and that was also the chairman, or you can say the premiership or prime minister was Matrika Prasad Koirala. In that government many time the king and the Matrika Prasad Koirala also tried to make the coalition government including Nepali Congress or BP Koirala, but time and again whatever the Congress was wanted, that cannot be fulfilled or addresses by the Matrika Prasad Koirala government. But finally in Falgun 10 that multi-party coalition government was formed. National Congress, Nepali Congress and Praja Parishad joined in that multi-party coalition government, and this government continued for an year. Within that year that that government was also not popular, not favored by the citizens of the country, and the government unable to do the good work. What was the requirement in that time? That also unable to do by that government, so that finally this government also dissolved within a year. You can say Falgun 10 and Falgun 11, this also dissolved. Why this government was dissolved? This government was dissolved because by that government, what the government has done, that Kosi project agreement, that government has done the Kosi project agreement. That Kosi project agreement was not a favor of the country. Many citizens and the many political leaders think that, or they decided that Kosi project agreement was not good for our nation. So there was the various conflict we have seen in the political history of our country. Many peoples or citizens as well as the political leaders opposed that Kosi project agreement, so that the popularity of the government declined. Another is entry of Indian Army, with arms and weapons. Yes, our country is an independent country. Our country has its own sovereignty. Yes, and being that sort of countries, being independent countries, why that sort of situation was created inside the country, and why the Matrika Prasad Koirala government invited the Indian Army with arms and weapons? Absolutely, this was the questionable matter, and this totally, because of this incident, our nationality, our peoples think it is not good for us. So safety and security of the country should be managed by the own government. Why? It means the government is unable to maintain the peace in a country, especially the Dhangadi case, to control about that. Near about 750 protesters were there against the government, and near about 300 peoples were captured, and that sort of incident was taken place during the time of Matrika Prasad Koirala multi-party coalition government. So that was also another reason so that this government was dissolved. Another is murder of Bhimdatta Panta in Dadeldhura districts. Dadeldhura districts is also very famous because of the various historical events. Students, I would like to connect that also. Dadeldhura is the district where Bhimdatta Panta, a great leaders of our country, great leader of the Liberation Army, who always supporting the farmers, who always supporting to the innocent citizens of the country who are not getting the actual right, but they are working only for others, and that very good leader was killed. So we know the Dadeldhura by that incident also. Dadeldhura is a district now. Also Sher Bahadur Deuba, the chairperson of the Nepali Congress, is also from the Dadeldhura district, and another first woman minister that in our country, Dwarika Devi Thakurani, also the member of BP Koirala government, first elected government. She was also from the Dadeldhura district. Okay. After that, because of this all reasons, Kosi project agreement, yes, an entry of Indian Army with arms and weapons, murder of Bhimdatta Panta in Dadeldhura, because of all this type of incidents and works done by the government of Matrika Prasad Koirala, so this government also unable to continue. Always governments are being made and dissolved because what were the main issues, responsibilities? Election of the Constituent Assembly and drafting the proper constitutions, and many others social works, economics reforms, social reforms required in a country, but only all the leaders are trying to hold a post, and they are unable to save and secure to maintain the post responsibilities. So finally B.P. Koirala government also dissolved. Okay. After that, students, direct rule of King Mahendra. Direct rule of King Mahendra, 1st Baisakh 2012. After the this government, direct rule of King Mahendra was started, even though on advisory government also we have seen in history that Gunjaman Singh was the chairperson of the advisory committee, including 4 members. Okay, and this government also unable to work as per the people wish and will, and the direct rule of King Mahendra, the intention to take all the power, also unable to continue for a long period of time, so that when the peoples were not happy, not satisfied with this government works, so King Mahendra think that it is not good for future. So King Mahendra again went to make another government, and in that government of Praja Parishad, that is the Tanka Prasad Acharya was the chairman of the Praja Parishad, and Tanka Prasad Acharya became the prime ministers, and altogether there were 7 members in a cabinet, 4 from the Praja Parishad and 3 were from the independent. We can say they are the some supporters and the nearby persons of the King Mahendra also. That government was made on 13 March 2012, and that government was dissolved on 31 Ashar 2014. And this government also unable to do the specific works and tasks, unable to fulfill the complete the responsibilities. So some major reasons of the dissolve of the government was, first of all, no general election. We had started our history or our past from the 2007 after the constitution, which was promulgated on 7 Chaitra 2007. After that, we are again and again talking about the election, constituent assembly election or general elections. Okay, first, what was the main responsibility? That was to draft the constitutions through the constituent assembly election. But there was also not sure and certainty. The leaders were also in doubt. Some were supporting to hold the general election, and some were going they are giving the argument to make the to hold the election of constituent assembly. So this government also unable to hold any type of election. Number 1 reason. Number 2 reason, economic crisis. Already Public Service Commission established, and there was the various human rights, you can say fundamental rights, all these are the rights given to the citizens, but the country became poor, or the country unable to generate the various employment opportunity as well as education sectors, technical sectors, and nothing. So that the country came into the economic crisis. Economic crisis, when there was the economic crisis, without managing the financially or economically, human being cannot do work properly as a good human being. So economic development is the major requirement to maintain the social development, cultural development, religious development, and various development. We have to be strong by the economic development. So when there is the economic crisis, in that time, if in a country there is economic crisis, it means the government is not working properly. There is not a good governance, there is not a good policies, rules, regulations, project planning in a country. So that the government was totally unable to do all these things, so economic crisis also another important factor to dissolve the government of Praja Parishad or Tanka Prasad Acharya government. During that time, Tanka Prasad Acharya government banned on the newspapers. When the government banned on the newspapers, it means what? Country is practicing the democracy. But how the government is doing the ban on newspaper, that also give some specific knowledge to the citizens of the country that the government is democratic or the government is supporting the especially monarchy or kingdom system, or what sort of government is this. The peoples were frightened. Why they were frightened? Because they think that ban on newspaper and that various things it may be danger, it may be endanger our democracy in future. So because of the unable to do the various requirements, unable to fulfill the various requirements, unable to hold the general elections, spreading the economic crisis in a country, as well as ban on newspaper, because of all this thing, that the government of Praja Parishad also dissolved. By that ways another government also dissolved. So after that, government of Dr. K.I. Singh 11 Shravan 2013 BS. All we know, students, yes, about the Dr. K.I. Singh. He was the prolific leader of Nepali Congress, and he was not happy and satisfied with the Delhi agreement, and after that he was the great warrior, we can say great commander of the Liberation Army. He played a vital role to institutionalize or to make the democratic country. Even though the friends, you can say the members of the same political parties and the king, because of the activities done by the Dr. K.I. Singh, attacked on the Bhairahwa and various capturing on the different places in a country, Dr. K.I. Singh finally he was gone to Tibet. Yes, when King Mahendra became the king, when he sees some leaders running of the government skills, he thought that Mahendra thought that Dr. K.I. Singh can handle the situations because he is also able leader, and Dr. K.I. Singh was called from the Tibet, and Dr. K.I. Singh became the Prime Minister of the country. But Dr. K.I. Singh and his aggressive type of nature, he is unable to cooperate with the other political parties and other leaders. If by the only one person try to do some specific thing in a country, that is not possible in a democracy, because democracy means there is requirement of the majority. Democracy means we have to understand the feeling of the political parties, political leaders, as well as all the citizens of the country, and that feeling he is also unable to join all the feeling, unable to unite all the feeling and political parties, so that this government also dissolved on 29 Kartik 2014. Within a short period of time, Dr. K.I. Singh became the Prime Minister of the country, but he also unable to do the work as per the interest, wish and will of the Nepali citizens, or we can say he is also unable to work as per the wish and will of the king of the country. After that, students, direct rule of King Mahendra. Again, the King Mahendra started the direct rule by dissolving the government of Dr. K.I. Singh cabinet, and that government was formed 29 Kartik 2014, and it is continue up to 2nd Just 2015. Okay, by that government, or you can say by that direct rule of King Mahendra, in that time King Mahendra made the Constitution Drafting Committee. Okay, Constitution Drafting Committee, and Bhagwati Prasad Singh was the chairman of that Constitution Drafting Committee. And finally, by getting some advice, suggestions of the foreigner and 5 members of the Constitution Drafting Committee, which was leading by the Bhagwati Prasad Singh. Finally, that committee proclaimed the Constitution of 2015 on 1st Falgun 2015. Constitution that proclaimed on 1st Falgun 2015, that all the initiation was taken by the direct rule of King Mahendra and especially Mahendra. When Mahendra and his favorable person drafted the constitution, we have to think, we have to consider that that constitutions may support the more support to the kingdom or Shah dynasty, that what will happen in the future and how the constitution was helpful for the king, that we will discuss in the next classes. Okay, by that ways, finally after 2007, after the 8 years, Nepal, our country, got the third constitution as a constitution of 2015. My dear students, all you are getting the points. Yes, I am going slowly and try to give you some deep knowledge, even though I am not going so forward through the courses. Okay. Now, interim government of Suvarna Shamsher. Interim government of Suvarna Shamsher. That interim government of Suvarna Shamsher, that on 2nd Jet 2015, when the constitution was drafted, okay, when the election date was already announced, in that time King Mahendra think that when I will lead all these things, there may be some problems in futures. I may not get support from the political parties and the citizens of the country. By thinking that, by using his sharp mind, he make the interim government of Suvarna Shamsher. So we were talking about the election of the Constituent Assembly. Yes, in previous time. Why we were talking about that? Because that was the demand of the country and the citizen of the country. But student, if you are taking class deeply, now without Constituent Assembly election, country got the second constitution. Yes, so now there is not requirement of the Constituent Assembly election. संविधान सभा को चुनाव के को लागि? संविधान बनाउनको लागि होइन। अब संविधान देशले पाइसक्यो भने अब संविधान सभाको चुनावको जरुरत त्यहाँ रहेन। सो नाउ जनरल इलेक्सन, आम निर्वाचन भनिन्छ हामी नेपालीमा यसलाई। सो interim government of Suvarna Shamsher, that on 7 Falgun 2015, that general election was taken place, and it was the first general election in our country. Okay, and that government, interim government of Suvarna Shamsher, that was formed in 2nd Jet 2015, and it is continued up to 2nd Jet 2016. And during the time of Suvarna Shamsher, first general election was held, and on that general election, and the result was published announced on 28th Baisakh 2016. Result was published on 28th Baisakh 2016. Okay, students, and in that time total 109 seats were there, while all you had gone through the already our legislatures and so on. Yes, now for our House of Representative there are 165 plus 110 is equal to 275 seats are there, and in the same way 56 plus 3 is equal to 59 seats for House of National Assembly, or you can say that is the upper house. In the same way, in that time in our country, the country was divided into 109 constituents area. 109 वटा निर्वाचन क्षेत्रमा के गरिएको थियो, that हाम्रो देशलाई बाँडिएको थियो। Out of 109, 74 seats, okay, out of 109 seats, 74 seats secured by the Nepali Congress. 74 seats secured by the Nepali Congress. Sometime there may be required to you as a knowledge how many political parties have taken part in that general election, in that first general election. Students, that already I told you 109 seats, and out of 109, 74 seats secured by the Nepali Congress. So, and you have to know that 9 political parties, you see question also here and answer also here, yes or no? 109 seats and 9 political parties have taken parts. So, by that way also you can remember about the some date and fact of the history. So, finally 13 Jet, okay, 13 Jet 2016, our country got the first general elected government, okay, first general elected government got our country on 13 Jet 2016, that BP Koirala, Visweswar Prasad Koirala became the first elected Prime Minister in our country. Many times in examination I have seen that who was the first general elected Prime Minister. First general elected Prime Minister was the Visweswar Prasad Koirala, and first speaker, first general after the that first general election, who became the first speaker? First speaker became the Krishna Prasad Bhattarai. And students, all you know what is the duty of a speaker, and at a present time who is the Speaker of House of Representative. All you know that Agni Sapkota is our speaker in nowadays. Previous time that Krishna Bahadur Mohara was the speaker, and because of some cases that some blame we can say now, because he is free from the jail. So, now Agni Sapkota became the first speaker, and in our House of Representative now we haven't the deputy speaker. I think, yes, students, you can check that sort of knowledge also you have to maintain in your mind, because you are a very good students, and in future that we have to compete in various ways and various examinations. So, that all these are the very important knowledge even for your SC examination and for your career also. Okay, by that ways, out of when Nepali Congress, Visweswar Prasad Koirala government was the first elected government, and on that government Dwarika Devi Thakurani, already I told you about the Dwarika Devi Thakurani. Dwarika Devi Thakurani became the first woman minister in our country, or in our history. By that ways, 2007 to 2017, a decade of democratic politics, 2007 to 2017 BS. That 10 years we covered within a 2 period. Okay, as a summary we can say, first government, that was the interim coalition government leading by the Mohan Shamsher. Yes, after that Matrika Prasad Koirala became the government, and many political leaders got opportunities to run the government as a prime ministers, or to work as a experience of a ministers, but lacking of the experience and lacking of the political stability, the many government were formed, but that government unable to hold the constituent assembly election. They are unable to draft the constitutions. They are unable to manage the various things which were required in a country. They are unable to they are unable to gear up the pace of development. So, even though many things they have done, but what actually needed, that they are unable to do. And finally King Mahendra that drafted the constitutions, and during the time of Suvarna Shamsher, first general election was held. By that ways, a decade of democratic politics, after ending the anarchy, when the 7 Falgun 2007 our country got the democracy. After that, all these events have been taken place. Many governments were formed and dissolved. Various political activities we have seen: murder of the Bhimdatta Panta, arrival or entry of the Indian army with arms and weapons, and as well as the Koshi project agreement, and many incidents was taken place in that time, and finally our country able to get the first elected government. Let's see what the elected government will do in future in next classes, because already I told that history or our past is very important for at the exam point of view and for the various competition exam, and it is look like a story. It is so interesting what will be when the BP Koirala Prime Ministers, what will be in his duration or in his tenure. We will discuss in our next period. Students, I hope all you are getting the points and all you are enjoying the class, all you are cooperating with me, and I would like to tell you thank you very much, and stay safe, be happy and be healthy. Thank you.